the Bowels of Netflix, where your fearless co-hosts Isaac and Larry force each other to watch the worst pieces of shit on Netflix. We will go over every bad edit, all the broken dialogue, all the wooden acting, and laugh along the way, because this is the Bowels of Netflix! Alright, welcome to the first episode of the Bowels of Netflix. My name is Isaac, and my co-host is Larry. Hi Larry, how you doing?
I'm sad.
You're sad? Why are you sad, Larry?
Because I hate movies.
Oh, well, you probably shouldn't be doing this podcast then.
No, I don't hate all movies. I think I just hate this movie.
Oh, just this movie?
Correction. I hate a lot of movies, but this...
Okay, because there's a lot of movies you're going to hate that will be in your life in the future.
Yeah.
So,
why did I agree to do this again?
So the Bowels of Netflix, we basically hate each other. So
Yes.
I'm going to pick the worst piece of shit I can find in the stinky bowels of Netflix. I'm going to make Larry watch it. And then what are you going to do, Larry?
I am going to do the same, but in reverse, where I am going to sit back and torture you because, you know... in addition to hating each other, we are also an S&M couple.
Yep. No safe words either. I don't believe in that shit.
No.
for pussies.
The safe word is more.
Oh, yeah. No risk if there's safety.
No.
So we do live on the internet. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Bowels of Netflix or whatever. You probably know how to do that. You can email us at bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. That's bowels, not bowls. Please be careful, you illiterate morons. Time permitting, we might send you a cheeky reply, and if we really like your email, we might read it on the air.
That would be awesome. I've never read an email on the air of anything before, so I'd love to do that.
And if people have any suggestions of terrible movies, that
send them to Larry Beard at LarryBeard.com.
You have your own website now. That's good.
Yeah. It's just a big picture of you with a dick in your mouth.
Why did I send you 500 of those pictures?
I don't know, and it's my dick too, and I don't ever remember that.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You were passed out.
Oh God! Wait, what? That raises more questions than it answers.
Yeah. So anyway, you want to get into the review?
Yeah. Is there anything? We have a Twitter too, right?
Yes. Twitter. I just set it up. It is looking sexy. We got a logo up there.
Nice.
We're at Bowels of Netflix.
All right.
Go check us out there.
I'm going to be honest. You're going to have to teach me. I'm not this. I know this sounds like one of my usual bits, but this is not a bit. You're going to have to actively teach me how to use Twitter.
Yeah, well, I signed up for Twitter because I was really pissed off at Whirlpool because they sold me the worst oven in the world. It's a long story. So I signed up just to complain at Twitter, and then I realized, oh yeah, a few of the podcasts I listen to, they have a Twitter, so I should probably just follow them so they get more people following them and all good stuff.
Are you serious about the Whirlpool thing?
Yeah, I'll tell you sometime off air. It's the worst thing. I have shattered glass everywhere in the house. I got my money back eventually, but...
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, don't buy Whirlpool. All right, so White Chicks.
The Bowels of Whirlpool. Okay, so
I'm not sure which would be worse, Netflix or Whirlpool.
So how we're going to be doing this show format-wise is we are going to be each reviewing a movie per episode. Well, no, excuse me. I'm going to be reviewing a movie, and then Isaac's going to be reviewing a movie for each episode. I explained that terribly. Isaac, do you want to take that one?
That's basically it. This week, Larry has to suffer, and I get to gloat. And next week, it's going to be the obvious, the opposite.
So, you can't talk either.
I'll be reviewing. And now, White Chicks is by the Wayans brothers.
Yes, and that will be what I'm reviewing today. For a time was known as the worst movie of all time on IMDb. And now, when Isaac came to me with this idea, he brought it up and said, "Oh, you're going to be watching White Chicks," and I said, "Oh, great! I'm delighted. I can't wait." So, in a similar vein, while searching through the bowels, I discovered a similar movie, also done by the Wayans, called. And you'll have to enlighten me on the entire name.
No. Try to say the name.
Okay.
Try.
Okay. Now, when I saw this movie on Netflix, I did not see the full title. I did not realize there was a full title until yesterday when we talked about this. So I thought the title was "Don't Be a Menace in South Central." Now, what you then enlightened to me was the full title is, it's like, okay, hang on. It's "Don't Be a Menace in South Central, smash cut to the streets while you're drinking your juice and gin in high school."
Very close. You missed the end. Donkey Edition on the end. No. Actually,
well, is that like the DVD, like Dragon Tiger Edition, like the 50th edition of Star Wars, or is Donkey Edition just part of the actual title?
No, just part of the title, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So the actual title is Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood.
Okay.
And it was used in the advertising as the only movie this summer with a title that has 14 words.
Oh, wow. So what you're saying is we have a built-in hook right there. Is if you and I want to produce a movie, we just give it the title of 15 words and have the hit of the summer? ?
Yeah,
okay.
It's got to be the right words though, and we got to get Donkey Edition in there somewhere.
So that's what you signed up for, ladies and gentlemen. 2 episodes back to back of the Wayans brothers, fine purveyors of comedy filmmaking. So, and now at the end of Isaac's episode, then we will each reveal to one another. Isaac's episode being next week. We are doing this weekly, right? Oh, God, yeah. I don't know our own format. Jesus Christ.
You're just not willing to acknowledge how often you'll have to suffer.
Oh, I've been drinking since noon. Oh, God. It's the nicest day. This is March. I live in the Northeast. This is the nicest day we've had in this year. In the year of our Lord, Anno Domini, that's not the right words. Don't fucking correct me, you educated puke. 2018. It's the nicest day of the year. I got to walk with my dog a little bit after work, and then I came in and I watched fucking White Chicks. That's how I spent the most gorgeous day we've had so far. So, I'm just great. I'm in the best mood. But yes, at the end of next week's episode, after Isaac reviews something 14 words of fury, we will be revealing for one another what we've each picked, and we do not know yet what the other has picked for each of us. So that will be great.
Yep, and those will be episodes 3 and 4 that we'll be revealing.
And so on and so forth down the line.
Give you a little taste of what's coming down the pipeline.
Until I send him like
Alaskan pipeline.
Yeah. Oh, the Alaskan pipeline. That's going to spill all over your tits. I'm just the worst. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry.
It's okay. It's an S&M relationship.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I miss living with you. I really do.
Yeah. We used to be roommates, and then I got married like an asshole.
I know, right?
I live in a different state now, so.
And I'm alone and so happy.
You have the dog and peanut butter.
I have the dog, and he's like always dying.
Well,
he just shits a lot. Yet, okay, he's not dying. He just shits a lot. All right. Anyway, we talking about my life. It's gonna get sad quick, and I mean, let's at least get to episode 4 before I start to get into my sad life. Let's stay with my happy life, which is White Chicks.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So, for those of you who haven't heard of White Chicks, first of all, get with it. I mean, get out from under the rock you've been living under, and get with it.
Pull your head out of the fucking sand.
Yes. Currently on Rotten Tomatoes, we have White Chicks with an audience score. Or no, excuse me. Let's start with the tomato meter. The tomato meter, which is critically 15%.
Ooh, that is low. That is I don't know if I've seen anything lower than that.
That is 123 reviews counted, 18 fresh, and 105 rotten. So 18 critics gave this good reviews. I will find them. I will kill them.
You know what gives me solace about the fact that Roger Ebert is no longer in this world? He had to suffer through this movie, so that makes me feel good.
Yeah, this was 2004. He did have to suffer this. I believe I saw his review. I think he said it was the worst
4
movie.
stars?
No, I saw it on Wikipedia, I believe, in passing. I think he said this was the worst movie of the year.
Sounds about right.
The audience score, however, 55%. So more. So if you'll look at our current political and cultural landscape, more than half the world, at least America, are idiots. So that kind of follows, actually.
White Chicks has a better approval rating than Donald Trump. I'll just throw that out there.
All right. Well, that aside, we go to IMDb. It's 5.5 out of 10 stars, so 55%, almost exactly the same, which is, I guess, the numbers don't lie. So, yeah, to give you a brief synopsis. You know what? Actually, I thought about this today, and this is something I think would be fun, because as we'll find out next episode, you have a bit of a gimmick from something we've done in the past. You have a bit of a gimmick that I delight in. And so I thought of something that I thought might be kind of interesting, and you'll have to.
Sexy.
For right now, this is still a little low rent on my end, folks. I just had some surgery we had to take the dog through. By we, I mean me and my bank account. So I'm a little poor, but I do want to upgrade my system soon. So you have to put up with the clickety-clacking of typing for just a brief minute, because I want to ask Isaac what he thinks, without looking at the internet, what he thinks the movie White Chicks is about.
What the movie White Chicks is about?
Yes.
Okay. I remember seeing the previews when it came out, so it's two black guys that dress up like white chicks for some undercover reason. So either they're committing a crime or they're preventing a crime. That's about all I got so far.
That's all you've got.
Yeah, and zany things happen, I'm sure.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. That's pretty spot on. Are there any themes you think that will be struck upon in this movie?
Probably the behavior of crackers.
Now, I assume you are referring to white ladies and gentlemen of Caucasian
yes,
descent?
That would be, yes. Named after the famous saltine cracker.
Oh, yeah. Roger Saltine. He was actually, he worked the salt mines of Italy, which is a little-known American territory. Okay, so, yes. All right, so that's pretty good. You're pretty spot on that. That's a pretty good, like, back of the DVD case description.
Yeah, that is what I do for a living, so.
Yes. So if you're out there in podcast land, if you're not driving or running or whatever, if you're sitting at home, I just want you to pull up on Rotten Tomatoes or your favorite search engine, Dogpile, Monkey Foot, J-Date.
Why did they rename Bing?
They renamed Bing?
Yeah, it's Dogpile Monkey Foot.
No, there actually was a search engine called Dogpile. I'm not making that one.
Really?
Up. Now, Monkey Foot, I ad-libbed, and then I decided to go with J-Date as your favorite search engine. I want you to take a look at what the white chicks look like. And by the way, get used to me saying the words white chicks, because it's just going to get worse. I want you to see what they look like, because I need you to visualize them when I'm describing this movie. And
yeah, because it's not good cosmetic work.
No,
they
and I
do
don't judge people
normal.
for looks. I want you to understand. I don't judge anyone particularly for their color, creed, sexual orientation. Basically, I hate everyone. I hate myself most of all.
Well, yeah, of course.
I hate Isaac just slightly less than that.
And the Dutch, right?
This is the fucking wooden shoes. I just don't understand. Wood is the worst material for shoes. But I digress. So my calling out of their appearance does not constitute the calling out of everyone of any sort of sexual or dress proclivities. I know I fucked up that word, but you all know what I meant. And if you didn't,
right.
use Dogpile.
Marlon and Shawn Wayans are attractive men.
Yeah, they're reasonably attractive men. I would say
But they do not dress up like white women well at all. It looks preposterous.
No, God, no. It's hideous. I could not. I gotta say the prosthetics are kind of good because I can't tell it's them. I can tell that something is clearly wrong with this picture, but I can't tell that it's them.
Well, that's something at least.
Yeah, and if there's anyone listening who might be transgender or anything like that, I'd be really curious to know what you think of this movie, because it was definitely made at a time where that was not considered. Yeah,
and things have changed pretty quickly on that, which is awesome.
Yeah,
but this is 2004, so it's like...
In 14 years, we have come a long way, which is, in a lot of ways, there's still a lot of work to be done. In a lot of ways, it's also kind of awesome, because if you look at this compared to what we have now, I mean, this is just... In fairness, though, it doesn't come off as mean-spirited in that way, for the most part. There's a couple of... Even the jokes they make about it are pretty... They're not really offensive in that regard.
Yeah, it's probably just tone deaf, I would guess, right?
I mean, they could be a lot worse. Yeah, it's really... I'll give them this. They don't really, cross that line. Other than the baseline offensiveness of it as just a concept, they don't really cross the line into outright saying, you're wrong for doing that. It's sort of just a plot device. And I think, if I'm wrong, I'd really like to know that. Because that's how I see it. As a fat, cisgendered white guy. So,
Right.
If I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong, because life's all about learning new things. But, so that aside, so they're horrifying looking, which is a knock only on them and the prosthetics. I'd like to just, a line I lifted from the trailer is boldly going where no black man has gone before.
Wow, that's a good tagline.
And something I pulled from Wikipedia, Marlon Wayans and his brothers, Sean and Keenan Ivory Wayans, were all nominated for a BET Award for Outstanding Writing for a Box Office Movie upon its release in 2004.
Outstanding writing. I'm so excited to hear what the details
So
are.
BET, I understand their race is not my race, but I really question your judgment. Because,
I'm
howdy.
sure there were better movies produced in that year by black people in this country.
I'd like to know. I really would. I should have done my research on that, but that one struck out at me like, because this movie was nominated for Razzies and other such, awards of we hate this movie awards, but BET Award for Outstanding Writing for a Box Office Movie. And outstanding, that's such a word, like a powerful word. I don't like it. I don't like it used for this. All right, here we go. So we open in beautiful, generic city. We never learn what city it is. We zoom into a convenience store that's run by a pair of stereotypical Cuban gentlemen, and I do mean stereotypical, which they're obviously being portrayed by our heroes, the Wayans. I will refer to them only as the Wayans or the White Chicks. They are Wayan 1 equals White Chick 1, and Wayan 2 equals White Chick 2. I did not learn their names. I refuse to learn their names. Their names are unimportant. I learned the names of very few people in this movie. Terry Crews is in this movie. We'll get to that later. I will refer to him only as Terry Crews. I will not refer to him by his character's name, even though his is one of the ones I've learned. At this point, it's purely spite, because this movie was awful. So, the Wayans, they're in prosthetic masks, and they're wearing what I assume to be fake chest hair, though that part's never revealed. They're very offensive, just, dancing around with maracas. They've got big cigars, and they're just hitting all the points you would think of with a, Cuban stereotype, which, to be honest, I don't know that many, which is why it's a short scene. One is, at one point they're doing hammer time. I don't know why, but they are. So they're getting a delivery. They're hammer time.
They use that in my movie, too.
Are you serious?
They love that song. Yeah.
Okay, America, we're breaking the story here. This is a Bow's Netflix exclusive. The Wayans love hammer time. Okay, so they're getting delivery of ice cream from a gentleman of Eastern European descent. I didn't look it up. I do not know. He's got two cronies. They're demanding money for an ice cream delivery. Wayan number 2 offers a briefcase full of money, and then there's some more shtick before both Wayans rip off their faces to reveal themselves as not Cubans, but black gentlemen, and they are FBI agents. This is important.
They're preventing crime. Okay.
The shtick is really, really unimportant in between the giving the briefcase and then the ripping off the face masks, because it's like 2 minutes of Cuban shtick and like, that's not, I'm not being racist, that's what they do. And then the other one's like translates it, and then they just pull guns. So really the shtick was just for, the audience.
Just so we can make fun of Cubans.
Yeah, at that point, they have everything they need. It's like, imagine if like a police officer who addresses a prostitute to catch a John, and then like halfway through the sex is like, by the way, you're under arrest. Get your dick out of my ass.
They do that shit. It's awful.
Wait, they get that far in it?
No, they finish. They like come on her tits, and then they're like, by the way, you're under arrest. I'm a cop.
Wait, you're serious?
Yes.
Oh.
In some states, but it was a news story a while ago. It's fucked up.
Oh my. Okay, well, scratch that example from the record. Apparently, I don't know how awful the police are. I love our police. They do great work, but
some of them are bad.
Yeah, there's
like it. Yeah.
Hey, some movie reviewers are bad. Isaac's a great, upstanding human being, and I'm just human slime.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I don't like how quickly you agreed with that. So the ice cream guys run away when they see guns are being drawn, and a fight ensues. There's typical comedy stuff, nothing worth mentioning. Real FBI agents would have pulled guns from the start instead of engaging in a slapstick fist fight, which includes several acts of police brutality. This is the FBI, I recall. Right. They win the fight, and they're reveling in their victory of the largest drug bust of their career, only to discover, Isaac, what do you think they discover?
What do they discover? Drugs?
The gentlemen were actually ice cream salesmen.
Oh, there's no drugs there.
Which raises a question of A, why did they ice cream men accept a briefcase full of Benjamins for a delivery of 4 tubs of vanilla ice cream? And also, why did they then engage in a fist fight back with FBI agents instead of surrendering and saying, "Oh my God, we're just ice cream men"? And
maybe the drugs was in the ice cream.
Well, hold on. You're getting ahead of you. You're writing a movie now, and clearly that didn't happen in the room that was this movie took place.
Outstanding writing.
BET Award, Outstanding Writing in a Box Office Movie, 2004. Also, if these guys are FBI agents, you'd think they'd know that the store gets ice cream deliveries. But, yeah. So the real drug dealers, dressed as fake ice cream guys, show up, and then seeing what happened immediately, because they're smarter than the Wayans, they try to leave, but are accosted. A shootout begins, including the Wayans shooting out at them, out of the store, into the street, which, it's a crowded street in what I assume to be like Miami, probably because of the Cuban things, or I guess I'm racist.
Yeah. There's going to be collateral damage.
Yeah, so both sets of ice cream men escape, into the real and the fake ones. They escape into the street and drive off in their respective trucks, and the Wayans can't figure out which one of them are the right ones to chase. How? I don't know. Because they're terrible at their job.
Ah, yes. Good old FBI.
So the FBI, I don't know if he's the director or like the chief of the district they're in. I don't know. He's just, I think they just call him chief, but I wrote director in every shot because, fuck me. He just kind of chews him out for causing thousands of dollars damage, mass panic, deflected gunshot wounds. I imagine if this happened in real life, news channels would be talking about it for days into weeks, and we'd get Fox News pundits back and forth and all that nonsense. But now this one just kind of, they're like a grumpy black, I'm too old for this chief, just kind of says, "You Wayans boys you're off the ice cream case."
Oh boy. A fun tidbit, actually, I looked up. The guy who played the FBI boss was actually James Comey in blackface.
Yeah, they did a good job. The prosthetics in this movie aren't all terrible.
Right, yeah, it's impressive. You should go check it out.
Yeah, it's great. He looks fantastic, and it's really tastefully done too. So now we get the running joke about Wayan number 2's terrible marriage with his wife. In the middle of getting chewed out by the boss, his wife calls him to chew him out separately for just, existing. He hangs up, so then the chief's phone rings, and it's her. And he hands the phone off to Wayan too, because he's scared of her too, because women are terrifying. And that's he just kind of, the chief just tells them to get the place cleaned up, because that's how you follow procedure. And he also threatens to have them placed in Iraq, because he just wants them to die, because this is 2004 Iraq.
Oh, right.
So he wants them to die. He wants them to be killed in Iraq. I want you to look up some Iraqi death statistics. And then just let that fact sober in, that the chief of the FBI wants the Wayans to die. And then realize that he is the hero of this movie.
Oh boy, the hero.
We have another rivalry with another FBI duo. It's a Hispanic gentleman and a white gentleman. I never learned their names. They're not important. They're slightly more competent, but not really, as we'll see later. They also commit several acts of brutality that would be, passed around the news cycle. Their bit is to make bad jokes like, who would you rather have sex with, Jenna Jameson or, I don't know, Rosie O'Donnell, but both have yeast infections? They're not good. So cut to Wayne number 2's house. The wife shows up. She's pissed off. She wants to know where he was because
at his job. What the fuck?
Okay, well, he get here. Let me give you the schedule. It's now 8 p.m. at the Wayne number 2's house. He was at the bar for a certain amount of time, which she called to check where he was. She then map-quested his route home because the passion's still there. And there was 2 minutes that she can't account for, to which he says, well, how could I be cheating on you if there was only 2 minutes? And she just gives him that look that says, you come in 2 minutes only, fuck.
Oh, man, I hate that look.
Oh, by the way, do not let your kids listen to this because I can't. I can't.
Oh, yeah, very vulgar.
Yeah.
We'll make a note of that somewhere.
Yeah, I'm making it now.
Titty fuck.
I'm going to use the word cum a lot because I love the word cum. I'm sorry.
It's a good word.
It really is. It feels good to say.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
It's like what you would say if you had a bunch of cum in your mouth. Like, cum.
Well, yeah. Summer in Paris. So they argue for a while. Her issue, he doesn't listen to her, which is reinforced by him falling asleep literally 4 seconds after telling her he wants to better communicate. Like, I'm not kidding. He cannot stay awake to talk to his wife. And I mean, he had a long day, but they take great pains to mention the time and that it's 8 p.m. And I can assure you, I work in an office. Not a government office, but an office. I can assure you no government office opens before 8 a.m. No government employee is taking government cheese before 8 a.m. Not the president, not the FBI, not the mail, no one. Well, the mail might. Okay, they're not the government. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. So he's had probably like a 10-hour day max. So wrap your head around him falling asleep 4 seconds into his bitchy wife being a bitch. At the FBI, the director is describing the plot. So we're going to talk a little bit about the plot near the end of this movie, because that's when it matters.
Only at the end.
Yes. But for now, the impetus of this whole thing happening, of the impetus of the White Chicks, is that there's a ring of kidnappings of rich people happening. And there's like this gathering in the Hamptons of rich socialites that there's been identified as the next target of the rich girl kidnapper. And the next target is a pair of, you may have guessed it, it's a pair of white chicks. They weren't invited to this meeting because they're incompetent fools. They burst into the middle of it, and they demand they deserve to be on the case because, I mean, when you shoot into the street and you make your shoes tied real neat, that's amore. I really thought I could riff on that more than I did. Holy crap. That stage direction of just riff on that for a minute I wrote myself did not pan out. The director says they're on the case, if only to pick up the girls from the airport, because no one else wants to, because they read the girls' files. The girls are basic bitches.
So, wait, who are they picking up from the airport?
The white chicks. The white chicks who are going to be kidnapped.
So they know they're going to be kidnapped?
Let me give you the basics of the plot. And I will explain later in great detail why I'm only giving you the basics now. So there's this kidnapping plot that's going to be happening. The FBI discovers, rich people are getting kidnapped. The FBI discovers this pair of white chicks, and I'm going to call them the white chicks, are going to be kidnapped next to like rich hotel heiresses. It's like Paris Hilton and Paris Hilton 2.
Okay.
And so they're like, the FBI is staking out this gathering of the juggalos, rich people, because they know that the girls are going to get kidnapped next. And that's the whole plot of the movie, is that these girls are going to get kidnapped. And the FBI knows.
So the Wayans are going to dress up like white chicks.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
I want to have the picture. So the outstanding writing. I want to make sure I know all the ins and outs.
Outstanding writing. Okay, so the Wayans are going over the case at the airport, and they're talking. There's like a kidnapper, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You think I'm being glib, but it doesn't. So Wayan 1 is like, I want action. I didn't join the FBI to be no babysitter. Again, I'm not. This is how they talk. And Wayan 2, he just wants to do his job and get on with it. Now, Wayan 2, astonishingly, is the more sensible of the Wayans, despite being the one that the most slapstick happens to. So he just wants to do his job. He just wants the chief to get off their ass. The girls get off the plane. They're just, like I said, stereotypical rich valley girl white chicks. Like, think early aughts Paris Hilton. And that's clearly the vibe the director, Long May He Reign, was going for. The girls describe the Hamptons weekend on the ride to the Hamptons, which is just this big social event. It's for white people. I'm not being glib. Like it's for white people.
Shit, white rich people do.
Yeah.
That's the Hamptons. That's what the entering Hamptons now sign says that.
Yeah. That's accurate. And like the big event is to be like, this is the thing they want. This is the thing people go to the Hamptons. This is the thing. I'm sorry. The rich girls are going to the Hamptons for this. And the rich girls are the focus of the movie. The Hamptons thing, there's like some weird charity subplot that never goes anywhere. But the girls who are the focus of this movie all want to be on the cover of the Hamptons magazine. Does exist. Hamptons magazine is a real thing. Look at that. Right. So anyway, the dog falls out the window. I don't think I need to go over that at all. And then the resulting car crash, both girls get tiny cuts in their faces, like super tiny.
Okay.
All right, no, so I will describe. I expected more of a reaction to that. So you've let me down yet again.
How tiny cuts? I'm confused.
Okay, so the way they have a little Paris Hilton dog that has to sit in the front seat because Baby needs her car seat. The dog's name is Baby. So weigh-in number 2 gets jammed in the trunk, and it's like an SUV, so it's a big trunk full of Gucci bags, and the dog falls out the window, and weigh-in 1 is wrangling the dog and wrangling the car, and they have to screech out of the way of a semi-truck, and the girls hit the dashboard or the back of the seats, and they get tiny paper cut size cuts on their faces.
Okay.
And so we get to the hotel, and they are refusing to go to the Hamptons looking like this. Think Serious Valley Girl. Whatever you're thinking, double it. It's all Valley Girls. So it's the worst day of their lives, blah, blah, blah. And the Wayans, the Wayans are indistinguishable from one another because of, one is a beard, but I'm talking personality-wise, they have no difference, except that, Wayan 1 is a horn dog, and Wayan 2 is terrible at being a husband. The white chicks, they're just the white chicks. They have no distinguishing personalities. I do want to point out, Isaac, you'll find this interesting, one of the white chicks is Amber from House.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Guess who a random person is in my movie?
Is it Amber from House?
No, not that cool, but it's Omar Epps who plays Eric Foreman.
So, okay.
Double House connection.
Big fans of House. When did House start? Is this how these
2004, I think.
Oh my god, this is...
Amber wasn't on until season 4, I think, so that was more 2008, but still though.
Yeah, we're big... For those of you who don't give a shit about House, because it's now been off the air for 6 years, we're big fans, so I didn't notice that until 10 minutes before the movie ended, so I thought I'd mention it to Isaac. The girls are losing their minds, and the one is exclaiming, I don't remember which one it was, she's exclaiming that she's going to have a BF. She's just going to have a BF, Isaac, and do you know what a BF is?
Well, I thought a BF was a boyfriend.
No.
Best friend?
It's a bitch fit.
Bitch fit.
She's going to have a BF. I'm going to have a bitch fit. Isaac.
Faster to say bitch fit. Goddamn. Okay.
So the girls won't go. They're not going to the Hamptons. Wayan 2, he gives up like the cowardly slime he is, and he tries to hang himself from the window. He tries to hang himself with his tie from the window. And
why?
Because they failed, and the chief is going to, I don't know, eat them.
Oh, so now
he doesn't get too far into the hanging attempt.
Right, but
because
I'm starting to see the outstanding writing, because now I know why they have to become white chicks.
The tortured soul of man. So the chief calls. He calls Wayan 2, and again, cowardly slime. Wayan 2 is about to roll over and say, "Well, we failed. The girls are cut, not going." Wayan 1 cuts him off at the pass and squeezes Wayan 2's dick so he can't talk.
Ah, yeah.
And he tells the chief that the girls will be there and all will be good. All right. So, a team of FBI scientists is called. I assume they work for the FBI. I cannot confirm nor deny. The lead, one of them, is named Josh. Josh has no lines. Josh has no known allegiance. I do not know who pays Josh's salary. But what they do is they proceed to have a small montage in which they construct, for those of you who may have seen the famous movie Silence of the Lambs, a woman's suit. They construct a woman's suit out of prosthetics for each weigh-in.
A whole suit?
Yes.
Of a woman? So they climb inside a suit. It's not body paint.
Okay. So let me describe the scene to you because it's important. They show them getting bits of white prosthesis put on their face, like bits of rubber. They look like insoles and shoes. And then they get fake tits, and there's a fake chest piece. And they do show their legs getting painted with white spray paint. And there's the scenes where they're getting computer scans and they're getting done up like white chicks. But then we get the beginnings of that, and then it cuts away pretty quickly to the white chicks. And now when I mean the white chicks, I mean the Wayans. So for those of you who are completely in the dark, because also Isaac and I we're getting up there in years. So those of you who are a bit younger, Because if you think about it, Isaac, there's 12-year-olds who could listen to the show. Do not. If you're 12 and listening to this show, stop. Stop it right now. Bad 12-year-old.
We're going to keep talking about cum.
I'm going to keep saying cum. I don't care if you're listening, but you better stop. God, I'm just the worst. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. There's my like aunt is probably going to listen to this, and she's absolutely delightful. And
I'm sure she's been waiting for you to say cum.
This is going to be a really awkward like conversation I'm going to have with somebody in my family I actually like one day. So anyway, so yeah, the process to prosthesis them up, not quick. Also, we never get a complete picture of what the suit looks like, of what this actually is. Like, the white chicory is a vehicle for the plot in air quotes. It's not like a process that gets described in great detail.
Right. So here's the other thing that's bugging me already. So the Waynes lie to the chief.
Yes.
And say, no, everything's fine. The white chicks are there. And then get a bunch of FBI guys to do this big, elaborate, crazy thing that takes forever to dress them up like white chicks.
You've beaten me to the punch on that one, too.
But
let me describe to you how departments work and how accounting works and what an ACH is and how funds are managed. Okay, I work for
outstanding writing. Outstanding.
The whole God, it's gonna come up later. Let's just move on. So just for now, accept that the FBI. I don't know if they're freelance or if Josh is just a guy that Wayne #1 knows, who's got a team of white person scientists who can turn black people into white people, or whatever. But we'll get to that. So cut to the Hamptons. The white chicks, trademark, get out of a limo, and they're trying their best to be white chicks. Now, folks, I want you to sit back for a minute and understand, again, that I'm going to use the word white chicks a lot. But it's going to be really easy to keep up with. Really easy. I promise you I'm going to make it really easy. Do you think they can hear me wink? Or should I say wink? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say wink.
No, they can hear you.
Wink.
No, just wink loudly.
Okay. Wink.
There you go. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, okay. So the Wayans, now the white chicks, get out of the car. And white chick #2 immediately forgets that he's fully made up as a white chick. Like, literally, they're out of the limo 10 seconds. Some guy wolf whistles and he just freaks the fuck out, forgetting that he's supposed to be a girl. And white chick 1 admonishes white chick 2 and then does the same fucking thing. Oh, wait, it's a comedy.
Oh, that's funny. That's a good joke.
So the Wayans now, as FBI agents, have demonstrated on 2 separate occasions that they're masters of disguise. And this never comes up again, but I feel like a better movie would take advantage of that. Like, you would have an actual masters of disguise with Dana Carvey situation. But I don't know if you're familiar with that movie, but if it ever goes on Netflix, you're watching it.
I know of it and how bad it's supposed to be, but I've never seen it.
Turtle. So the rival FBI agents, they're the white chicks' handlers, and the white chicks use this opportunity to torture them a little bit with white chick methods they learned from the white chicks. Really easy, guys. It's really easy to keep up. The real white chicks are the ones who taught them, not the black white chicks. The black white chicks are the white chicks, and the white chicks are the white chicks. And also because the one agent is Hispanic, it's just every joke about him now is like, about tacos or Paco or, stuff like that.
All right. At least they're covering all their bases.
Their fake voices are so fake that this is better than what they do.
Oh, my God, Larry, get out of here.
I can't do a worse fake Valley Girl voice than this, but the Wayans, nominated for most outstanding writing for a box office movie, can really just blow me out of the water.
You know what makes me really sad? There's professional voice coaches who teach actors how to do this would be a Northern Irish accent from about the 1850s. I'm sure they have had to teach people how to do a proper Valley Girl accent, and it must kill them inside.
Really, any voice coach watching this movie just wants to slit his wrists or hang himself
years ago.
Hang himself from the rafters of their loft, which I assume they live in.
They're writers. They don't have a loft. They have a fucking trailer.
A refrigerator box. Okay, so now drop your acid tablets and look at the White Chicks Now, the movie poster, because now this is what you're going to be seeing all of, is just these horrifying, large, not actual. Boy, it's rough. The white chick's friends show up. I did not learn any of the white chick's friends' names, Isaac. I don't know if this is a surprise to you. These
are actual white chicks.
These
not
are
black.
These are the WCFs, the white chick friends.
Okay.
They are indeed also white chicks, but I don't want to confuse you, even though it shouldn't be hard. I think this is pretty easy. I've got this set up. So I'm going to call them the WCFs. It's 3 stereotypical Valley girls. They have the personalities of boards. 2 of them have no plot. And the third one has a minor plot related to the main plot, which I'm ignoring for now. So they're just the WCFs. They don't matter, really.
Why have 3 of them, then? Outstanding writing, Larry.
Well, yeah. They each... One of the 2 that has no plot has one minor scene where she calls herself fat later. But the third one is just like their publicist, and she really just exists to be there and round out the cast. I don't know. They're trying to figure each other out because obviously the white chicks, not the white chicks, but the white chicks, don't know who these girls are. And these girls are like, you guys look different. Did you get taller? Et cetera, et cetera. And they make jokes about the white chicks' lips. I don't know if that's because they're black or if it's just because it's supposed to be like a bad lip job thing. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there that is something they said.
I'm pretty sure it's a race thing. All right.
So these 3 girls are now dumber than the white chicks, and they're also dumber than the white chicks. And one, the romance story, I already said that. Okay. So we get introduced to the villains, which are, well, some of the villains, which are the Vandergilds, which are the white chicks, the real white chicks, not the white chicks. They're rivals socially and I guess physically. And for 5 seconds of terrifying panic, I thought one of them was Robin Wright. Because she looks fucking like low-rent Robin Wright. Like, it terrified me.
That woman is a goddess. She would never debase herself. Don't you ever think that again, Larry.
I gasped audibly in my apartment and went, oh no, oh God, it's not her.
If there's one, because I'm a horn dog, if there's one person I wouldn't fuck, because I'd feel bad about it, because I'm just disgusting and breathe heavily in her ear and get cum in her mouth, it'd be Robin Wright.
I don't want her to see me with clothes on. I don't want her to see me. I don't want her to know I exist. I just want her to be like.
I'm gonna tweet pictures of you at her now.
She's just like this like untouchable. I'm the same way. She's like this untouchable goddess. Like I could never think about anything carnally with her. Like it's weird enough to see her in House of Cards, like getting weirdly sexual with the now rapist Kevin Spacey. Man.
Yeah. Well, he's been a rapist for a while.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he raped,
but sexual predator.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. God, that bummed me out.
Yeah.
God, just don't like anybody, kids. That's my advice. That's what I choose to do is to hate everyone. So anyway, low rent Robin Wright. Say that 10 times fast.
That's a tongue twister there, Larry.
And her sister, they're the rival girls. That's all they matter as. They get into a barrage of insults with the white chicks. Not the white chicks, you get it. I don't need to keep explaining. And the white chicks win the insult back and forth because they have street wisdom. And somehow they're the smartest people in this movie.
Okay.
Let that silence hang in your hair. And the actual villain, who we don't yet know is the villain, but is clearly the villain from the first time we see him, is John Hurd, who you will know as the father in Home Alone. He was had a brief arc in The Sopranos. He's in a lot of things. He was the dad.
He's one of those guys that just shows up.
Yeah. So he's the white chick rival dad. But again, that's part of the actual plot, which we're ignoring for now. There's a reason for that. White chick 1 sees a super hot reporter and wants to go put his dick up in that. No, I'm not kidding. He also forgets he's supposed to be a white chick again. He's the smart of the 2. He's the smarter one of the 2, in theory. And,
I smell a running gag.
Yeah. No, that's not a running gag. That's the last time they forget to be white chicks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, get used to that, too. Plots that go nowhere. Because that's the last time that happens. We get a minor side plot where white chick 2 shits her brains out because she's lactose intolerant and ate quiche, didn't know what quiche was. Terry Crews walks into this movie and into my heart because that man can do no wrong. He gives this movie his fucking all. I'm hitting my desk for emphasis because he goes into this and says, I am going to act the shit out of white chicks.
I don't think he does anything half-assed. And you know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see Terry Crews and Robin Wright get together. I think they'd be a power couple.
I don't want to think of him harming her.
I think he's gentle when he needs to be.
I think so, but I don't want to. Don't cross the streams, man.
All right, I'm sorry.
Don't cross the streams. But he waltzes into this movie with the line, and I recall, for those who don't know who Terry Crews is, watch an Old Spice commercial. He is a large, bald, black gentleman, and he is large. He is large and in charge.
Muscle large.
He is solid muscle. He waltzes into this movie with the line, man, it may be summertime in the Hamptons, but it is snowing up in here. And then he snaps, and he says, hand me my boots, because I'm about to go skiing.
What?
That's because it's all white girls. He likes white girls, or as you may, call them, white chicks. He is playing a basketball player, although I thought he was just a generic football player until middle of the movie, but doesn't matter. And he has his sights set on one of the white chicks. Not the real white chicks, but the white chicks.
I get it.
Because as he describes, it's like a white woman with a black girl's ass. Do you get it? Because he's a black man with a black man's ass.
Black. Oh, yeah.
So he hits on White Chick 2. Recall that White Chick 2 is way into and he's married. In a gross way that's funny because it's Terry Crews. Because once you go black, you need a wheelchair. And one of the funnier parts of the movie, cue a white girl wheeling up in a wheelchair. I was like, hey, Latrell. And he kind of snaps his fingers at his sidekick, who then just pushes her out of frame really quickly.
Okay, that one's good. That's a good one.
It's pretty good. White Chick 2 isn't having any of this nonsense, and she just maces him, which arouses him in a weird rapey way.
Oh, okay.
So, you know what it's time for. It's time to go shopping!
Of course.
In the car on the way, Vanessa Carlton's smash hit, 1,000 Miles, is playing.
Wait, how many miles?
1,000.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You think time would pass me by? Oh, because I'd walk 1,000 miles. You know the one. It was a smash hit.
It's a good
smash
song.
hit.
Good song.
Obviously, because the white chicks are not in fact white chicks, they do not know the song and fail to sing it properly when their verse comes up, to the consternation of the gathered ladies in the car.
Of course.
But then rap comes on and they lose their shit because they're idiots and they love rap and there's a whole scene with the N-word where they say the N-word as part of the song. And then
awkward.
In a wholesome little bit of cinema, the white chicks teach the white chick friends that it's okay to be racist if no one's looking.
Good theme there.
A family picture.
Yeah, take your kids.
Yeah. So there's a shopping montage scene because it's funny to put ladies in men in ladies' clothes, excuse me. White Chick 2 has a hilarious scene where he tries to put on a lady's shirt while his wife calls, and then, the wife is the whole stereotype, she Matt requested his walk home from a bar. So you can understand what's about to happen. A store woman is trying to help White Chick 2 put on a shirt, and the hole's not big enough, and you'll never fit in this, and get it in you, and blah blah blah. And obviously wife number 2 of White Chick 2, who was weighing 2, not actually White Chick. She thinks that it's he's fucking around on her. That's what putting on a tight shirt sounds like. There's a lot of clothes stuff, which is like one of the big selling points of the trailers, but it's just not funny. It's not outstanding writing for a box office picture funny. So, whatever. There's a lot of like white chicks screaming in this, and the white chicks, not the white chicks, and like stereotypes and early 2000s era jokes about being fat and blah, blah, blah. The white chicks are bad at being white chicks.
Really?
Yeah, and so outside, one of them gets purse snatched. White Chick 1, I believe, gets purse snatched, and then there's like a purse snatch chasing scene, and White Chick 1 is like a cyborg because she's not a white chick, she's a Wayan, and the Wayans are cyborgs, not white chicks.
I didn't know that.
You don't need to be to go to... And just to reinforce the fact, no one can tell that the white chicks aren't the white chicks. Everyone thinks that the white chicks are the white chicks.
To be fair, they had to act incredibly to even pretend that looking at those faces.
Yeah, I mean, it's
some good acting.
Flawless. So, now, okay, again, I'd like to say, I don't mean this in a racist way, but it fits when I fits. Isaac, do you know what every black man's dream is?
Freedom?
Wrong. To bid on dates for white women as if they're on a slavery block. Now, man's greatest achievement and the truest reparations of our time is the ability of a large, bald black man to bid on a petite, smaller black man dressed as a white woman.
That's all Martin Luther King was looking for, I gotta say, yeah.
So, yeah, we have one of those scenes where they're auctioning off dates, and White Chick 2 gets dragged up on stage. She's bid on and ultimately won by Terry Crews, because why not?
Oh, of course.
He spends $50,000 for a date with her. And just by a date, I mean, he intends to fuck her. Like,
that's all those things are. He's
not going to rape her, but he's also not going to take no for an answer. Well, okay, he is going to rape her, but we'll get to that later.
That is rape.
Like, no, he is going to fuck her. He is going to woo her into fucking him. But as we learn later, he's going to take the easy way out and just try and rape her. But that's okay. He's still the hero. So back to the weigh-ins in their hotel room, and I'm not mistaken there. They're the weigh-ins. So they took off.
Undressed.
They took off their white accoutrements, and they're just hanging out as black guys. Which leads to the question of how the prosthetics work. We clearly saw them getting painted at some point. They have fake tits all over this hotel room. They've got masks. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make
no consistency.
The prosthetics, okay. And they're like, yeah, we're going to get back into the Chief's good graces. This is going great, blah, blah, blah. The WCFs arrive, the white chick friends. They're reminding the weigh-ins for the peephole that it's their weigh-ins turn. They think the weigh-ins are the white chicks, mind you, to host the slumber party. These women are like, gotta be in their 30s. It's a slumber party because that's what white women do.
I don't really know what women do, so it's just a possibility.
Aren't you married to one?
Oh, right. Yeah. I don't really pay attention to her much.
Wow. Okay. So the romance is still there. Yeah, so we get, speaking of romance, one of the white chick friends talks about her romance with one of the villains, who are these two villainous boyfriends of the rival white girls, if you remember who they are. It's a rich tapestry of characters here. I need you to keep up. It's really important.
It's getting a little rough in my head, but I think I'm with you so far.
Okay. But like every story that involves a black man dressing as a white woman, I mean, all the other plots fall away. That's just a classic time as old as, a classic tale as old as time. There's like Odysseus. There's the Odyssey. There's Homer. I think he didn't. What did Homer write? The Simpsons. And then there's. I didn't write that joke. And then you have white chicks. So everything's a side story that doesn't involve being black guys in whiteface, even the main plot. So a couple of male strippers break in and try to kidnap white chick 1. She beats them up, and then we go to the next scene. Cut to the beach. Our 5 heroines are there for some fun in the sun. I expected a suntan lotion joke, like the white chicks don't know what suntan lotion is because, as you recall, they're actually black gentlemen, and I thought that was going to be awful. But no, was spared that. But I guarantee you, on the cutting room floor of White Chicks, that joke is there. They filmed that scene. So yeah, the villain white girl chicks and their villainous boyfriends are like, they're just fucking with the white chicks and the white chick friends. We get to see the large cock of Terry Crews in outline in his Speedo, which he utters the line, he stretches stuff on the beach, accompanied by his umbrella-holding sidekick / henchman. And he, like, looms rapily over White Chick 2, whose prosthetic parts he covets. And he says a line which my old friend and former employee, Keenan, used to say, easy white chocolate. I wouldn't want you to melt. Which it was really disappointing to know that my friend of several years got that line from he got it from White Chicks.
Oh, yeah.
So, we have the romance side plot now where White Chick 1 switches back into Weigh-In 1 form. He uses Terry Crews' clothes to pretend to be Terry Crews. He does this in an instant. He does this in, like, almost the time it takes Superman to change. So the prosthetics, the woman's suit, I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. Although he does it in like a changing booth.
Oh, okay. But still,
I can't.
Preposterously quickly.
I can't. I need to see the woman's suit. I need to go back in time and hold Keenan Ivory Wayans at gunpoint until he explains the woman's suit.
Larry, I'm gonna pull that out as a drop, where you just say, "I need to see the woman's suit," and isolate that and use it against you.
Okay, please do. I hope that is a regular segment in this podcast.
That's at movie minute 56. All
great,
right.
Great. Oh my God, it's almost an hour?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I'm so sorry. I'll try and speed this up.
It's all good.
Oh my God, I wrote way too much about the White Chicks. I wrote 10 pages. That's longer than the script of White Chicks. So Wayne 1 goes to the bar. He gets the hot reporter he was trying to impress earlier. He's like, hey, I'm this rich black guy. I'm not. I'm really not. He pretends to be Terry Crews. And he's like, I'm rich and I got a limo and a jet and you should come on a date with me. And she's like, I like rich guys. Okay. She's portrayed as like this smart reporter, but she's a gold digger. And just, really. I wish
they're
I
in
could.
The Hamptons. They're all gold diggers.
I wish I could be a better person than that, but no, that's her character. So he lies to her constantly and gets a date with her. So, I guess that's how that works. Reminder, this is the FBI. These two gentlemen are FBI agents. These gentlemen have been through FBI tests. They are
Outstanding
FBI.
character.
They are not police officers. They are FBI agents. 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 You have to go through a lot of shit to become an agent of anything. Okay, so Wayne's wife... Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Wife number 2. She's the wife of White Chick number 2. She's whatever the fuck city they're in. She gets a call that her credit card is declined since someone bought a $4,000 dress. Now, Isaac, do you get it? It wasn't the Wayne 2 buying a $4,000 dress. It was White Chick 2 buying a $4,000 dress for White Chick 2. Do you see how this might lead into some sort of confusion?
I'm very confused.
Okay, yeah. No, it's all right. It's outstanding writing for a box office picture. So the night of the dates arrives. Wayne 1 as Wayne 1 is going on his date with the hot reporter. And Wayne 2, as White Chick 2, is going out with Terry Crews because he purchased her from an auction like a slave block.
Yeah, that is a tad awkward.
So what begins is a long and distressingly painful sequence of the parallel dates. So let me give you the breakdown here. I'll make it quicker than I was going to. Wayne 1 takes Terry Crews' car and the keys to his house and takes the reporter to his giant-ass house. Now, this whole scene with the house is like, clearly doesn't belong there. He has to kick out the maid, and he doesn't know where the wine is, and he's trying to woo her. But the best part of this is that she asks him, well, who's that? Because there's a giant painting on the wall. It's not painting, it's a picture of naked Terry Crews with a bearskin rug wrapped around his genitals, like laying French wood on a piano style. And it's enormous, and I want it on my wall and in my heart.
Ooh, I got a Christmas present idea for you now.
Oh my God, please. This is, for those of you at home, ladies and gentlemen, he will do it. This is a man who got his wife, when they were dating, a picture of shirtless Peter Dinklage on a horse. So he will do that. I will get that picture. So he just lies to her, and he gets attacked by Terry Crews' dog and locks it up, and he lies to her and just acts like he's this rich dude. And there's one scene where they're actually talking like regular humans. They just start making out. So that's the thing that's happening. And the other date, you've got Terry Crews and White Chick 2. And because White Chick 2 is actually a Wayne brother, not White Chick, I mean, come on, keep up. She is doing everything she can to prevent him from wanting to fuck her. Like chewing her toenails at the dinner table, ordering a bunch of foods like onion rings and garlic and mustard and that kind of shit.
I get it, Larry. I get it.
And despite all of her attempts, she is only turning him on more. Because Terry Crews will not be dissuaded when he finds his snowflake princess. He will fuck her, regardless of whether she wants it or not.
That's why you're scared for Terry Crews and Robin Wright to be in the same room.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Don't say it. But
I'm gonna keep bringing it up.
So yeah, she tries her damnedest to keep him like not interested, including farting, which he just farts too, and says, "Oh, you get me." Doesn't work. So eventually the dates intersect, and he's like, "Yo, man, you gotta." He talks to Wayne one. She talks to Wayne one, and she's like, "You gotta bring the car back. Stop fucking that reporter chick. We gotta get back on track." So the dates end, and they all end up at a club. My brain just stopped. Okay.
You are talking about white chicks. I can't blame you.
No, I closed my eyes and I realized I was clenching my teeth so hard and like my eyes so hard that I was giving myself a headache, and my brain just like did a soft reset. So yeah. Anywho, we get two memorable lines out of the date scenes. One of which is Buffy the White Girl Slayer. Which is described as Terry Crews, obviously. And then at the end of White Chick 2's date with Terry Crews, like he's on the phone with, she is on the phone with Wayne 1. And then Terry Crews is like, "Where are you, my little snowflake?" And in man voice, she just shouts, "I'm coming inward." It's really funny. It's pretty good. Just because, I don't know, I'll give him that. I'll give credit where it's due.
Stop clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. Long story short, they both manage to fool their dates, and they get a little bit of information towards the plot. I swear to God, I'll explain it. It's really not important.
Outstanding writing.
So back at the ranch, the two rival CIA agents are nosing around the White Chick's hotel room. Not the White Chicks, the White Chicks. And the white agent is sniffing one of their pairs of panties because he thinks it's a women's, and he's a consummate professional. And the Hispanic agent finds the mask, which leads to a scene where I did kind of chuckle. Again, I'll give him credit where it's due. But the white guy looks at the mask and then down to the panties and just says, "Oh, they're guys, aren't they?" Which is, all right. I chuckled. Credit where it's due.
Yep.
So we get most of our characters, the white chicks, the white chick friends, Terry Crews, the rival girls, the villainous boyfriends. They're all at a club. Terry Crews gets a roofie from one of the villainous boyfriends. It's roofie or ecstasy or both. Because at this point, he's decided, well, I'm going to fuck this girl, whether she wants to or not. So he tries to roofie White Chick 2, but she switches the drink, so he roofies himself accidentally.
Clever girl.
Obviously, there's a dance-off.
God, what's with these people at dance-offs? Fucking Wayne's Brothers.
I will describe the dance-off to you if you give me $1. Otherwise, I'm going to skip over it. And now, do you want to deprive our listeners of that and yourself of that? Or do you want to pay me $1, you fucking slime?
I will. Is there a deadline for when you have to receive this $1?
Yes, to be determined.
Okay. How much fecal matter is allowed to be on the $1?
It has to be recognizable as $1.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
You got a deal there.
I'm virtually shaking your hand. So the white chick girl, the white chick friends and the rival girls like have this dance off, this choreographed dance off. They both sets have backup dancers. I don't know who the backup dancers are. Why do they know the choreographed steps? And it's not like this is like a, breakaway scene, like, oh, let's have some fun, let it film it, and, we pretend it didn't happen. No, it's a plot point. Plot, air
That's
quotes.
not how dance-offs work. They're not choreographed. That's the point.
So the rival girls win because they can shake their asses faster than the white chick friends, which is a plot point. And the white chicks then take to the floor, and they are able to outdance the white chick rivals because they're, black guys. They also have a choreographed dance steps they both know. And they're both very good at it.
Why would they have choreographed dance steps?
Little known fact, the FBI teaches you 3 things. Kill brown people, choreographed dance steps, cordon bleu cooking.
Oh, that's the only 3 things you need in life, Larry.
Okay, the dance-off does have that song Crazy in Love by Rihanna, which I will always sing like Rihanna. I always will love that song. The music in this movie is not bad, because it's a lot of, mainstream pop hits that aren't terrible. It's not like stuff they just made up, except for the ending theme, but whatever. So Terry Crews now, his ecstasy roofie colada has kicked in. So he is shirtless, in slacks, with glow sticks wrapped around his arms, a whistle in his mouth, covered in sweat, doing the most intense, amazing dance I have ever seen. And he is 100% into it. And he is now acting so hard.
How erect were you, Larry, when you saw this?
14, 15%.
All right. That's you're in the direction of chub. I'm all right with that.
Smash cut to the next morning where Terry Crews is in bed with who he thinks is White Chick 2. It's one of the villainous boyfriends who gave him the ecstasy because he too was on ecstasy. And so he literally fucked him into a wheelchair. So, that happened.
Okay.
Cut to the white chicks. Not those white chicks, the white chicks. You know which ones I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the white chicks, the real ones. Duh. I mean, guys, this is really simple. I just want you guys to know that I'm making this really easy for you. So the white chicks...
You don't know, Larry.
The real white chicks, by the way, they're just in bras and panties and, robes. Oh, my God. I'm a pig. I know for sure, but, oh, Jesus. I'll tell you what, man. Amber in a lab coat and Amber in her bra and panties. Woo! Yowza. I had to watch this scene twice because I was not paying attention to it the first time.
You have a timestamp when that happens so I could just drop in and check that out without watching the rest of the movie?
I'll give it to you off camera.
All right.
I feel like a pig pretty hardcore now, but damn. Sometimes you just have to appreciate it. So they see in the newspaper, because this is a newsworthy event, that the white chicks tore up the Hamptons party. So the white chicks, seeing the white chicks, are obviously excited. And they start to freak out. Like, oh my God, we're tearing up the Hamptons. And eventually they realize, oh wait, we're not at the Hamptons. So if we're the white chicks, who are the white chicks? They come to the conclusion they've been cloned because that makes the most sense.
Right, the Valley Girl conclusion.
Yeah. So now, wife of White Chick 2 shows up with a bitchy friend to try and catch weigh-in number 2 in the act of cheating. Now, there's a reason I'm bringing this up. It really doesn't matter. That plot doesn't go anywhere. It goes where you think. But anyway, this whole scene is she shows up, she catches him in the act with a white chick. It's White Chick 2. Okay, let me drop the whole facade, because this is fucking important. So the wife of the Wayans brother, number 2, who's the married one, shows up, and the other Wayans brother who is portraying the white chick, this is how, the first Wayans brother, he's in whiteface. But the second Wayans brother with the wife is not. It's never explained why one is in whiteface and one is not. It's only for this scene. It's only for this scene. Right. It's so infuriating.
Outstanding writing in a box office picture.
It's never, imagine you and I were doing this. First of all, I would never take my white face off. Second of all, why would one of us be in white face and the other not? So she catches him in what he thinks is the act of banging a white woman who he's trying to describe as a man. By the way, at any point, the other Wayans brother could have just taken off his mask and be like, whoa, hey, we're in the FBI,
right, yeah.
Or a sting, fuck off. But no, it decides this is easier because we need conflict.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah. So the actual white chicks arrive, not the white chicks, the white chicks, Isaac. And they're nabbed by the FBI arrival guys because, as you recall, they were sniffing panties and found out the white chicks aren't the white chicks. They're the black guys, and the white chicks are actually white chicks.
Okay.
You got it? Should I explain it again? I'll say it slower if that helps. So yeah, they know the Wayans secrets, but since no one can tell the white chicks from the white chicks, they nab the white chicks thinking they're the Wayans, but they're the white chicks, not the Wayan white chicks.
Okay. I'm with you.
It occurs to me now if I'd learned even one name of this entire movie, I could have probably cleared up a lot of confusion. But
I think I'm good.
So they take the real white chicks. I gotta drop this for at least a bit. They take the real white chicks into the chief, and they're like, these aren't the white chicks, they're dudes. And so they try to rip off their masks, and of course not. So then one of them just pulls off their shirt, so her tits are out. And they're
you get to see the full tits?
No. Of course not. This is PG-13.
Okay.
And the other one's like, no. It's definitely guys. I can prove it. And he yanks the other girl's skirt down. I just want to point out, let's imagine this took place in real life in 2018. That would be the news story of the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, that guy would be in
FBI
bad
agent
trouble.
Pulls down rich white girl's fucking skirt and panties.
That'd be a headline.
Yeah. So, that's a thing. So, they get fired, and then the chief kind of figures it out. He goes and he, storms the white chicks, not those white chicks. I gotta stop, I'm so sorry. He storms the Wayans room, and he fires them too. So they're leaving. Okay. They're leaving the Hamptons, and they have. Like,
are they still white chicks?
No, they're now the Wayans. I will inform you. So they're now the Wayans. They leave the Hamptons. They're driving away, and they have like a 1-minute scene where Wayan 1 apologizes for getting Wayan 2 into all this trouble, even though they've both gotten themselves into the same amount of trouble, and Wayan 2 immediately forgives him. So,
that's as you do.
Okay, we're going to get to the plot in just a second, because Wayan 1 gets a call from Josh, who was the prosthetics guy who ostensibly worked for the FBI earlier. Josh is what's analyzed the fingerprints on the ransom note. Now, Isaac, joking aside, I know you've been paying attention to this. Do you remember me mentioning a ransom note at any point in this movie?
I do not recall a ransom note.
There was never a ransom note mentioned.
Ooh.
So, here's the plot of the movie, right? We get it in tiny bits and pieces throughout the movie, but I'm going to condense it into this part right now, because it's all that matters. Because the ransom note thing is where I fucking lost my shit. So, the Robin Wright rival chicks, her dad, John Hurd, he is the one doing the kidnapping, right?
Okay.
Because he's broke. That's the plot. But all
Macaulay
of
Culkin
the plot,
wasted all the fucking money.
It all happens in the background. Like, I'm not kidding. The FBI thinks it's this other dude. He never appears. I didn't learn his name, and not for comedy reasons. I just didn't learn it. And like, they catch him off screen, so they think the case is solved. But the Wayans know that it's not because of like the details they've gathered. But it's like the world's easiest fucking kidnapping ring. Oh my god. The plot is so unimportant. It's just a vehicle for the Wayans to be Justin Whiteface.
Well, if you want to write outstandingly, Larry, you take the plot and you shove it in the background.
Just call it Whiteface the movie. Just, oh my god, fucking spare me. I've got a headache. I'm so sorry. I did not think this would run this long. I'm so sorry.
No, it's good.
Yeah, we may have to cut some bits out. I apologize.
No, we're all good.
So yeah, after 30 seconds of them being mad at each other, they're going to go back and totally kick ass.
Oh my god.
And they get the rival agents on their side because they're all fired, blah, blah, blah. So they're back in white chick gear. Now you may be thinking, Isaac, if the FBI funded the White Chick Project, and I'm going to trademark White Chick Project, WCP, if this like mystical Josh guy off screen like made these prosthetic suits, don't you think the FBI would have seized them when they like swooped in on the Wayans?
Yeah, that would make sense.
No, the Wayans just threw it in the trunk of their car, I guess, and then just came back in full-on white chick. They're back.
And why would they want to keep them anyway?
Misappropriation of funds. Massive budget misallocation. It just doesn't make any sense. The FBI in this movie is run worse than the sandwich shop you and I used to work at. So, I'm losing my voice from screaming at the Wayans. The white chick friends show up, and we get a time paradox here, because now the real white chicks, not the Wayans, have been at the Hamptons. They've been there for like a day now, and somehow they didn't reconnect with the white chick friends. But the white chick friends are still making moves on behalf of the white chicks, who in their minds are still the Wayans as the white chicks, not actually the white chicks. So the white chicks, by that I mean the Wayans, show up at the party, and the white chick friends are like, hey guys, we didn't see the real white chicks, but we got you a fucking runway spot in the fashion show!
Oh, your pain delights me,
The
Larry.
real white chicks are also in the show. Doesn't make sense. I want sense in my outstanding movie and box office movie. So the fashion designer, he's obviously gay, and it's not me being homophobic. He says he's gay because the rival white chicks are kicked out of the fashion show, and there's no talent involved. And they want to sleep with him to get him back in the show, and he won't because he's gay, because we haven't offended gay people yet. We got black people, white people, Hispanic people, transgendered. Let's get the gays in there too. And now I'm going to talk about my fucking anti-Dutch agenda. the fucking windmill building motherfuckers. All right, so there's the whole evil boyfriend plot with the white girlfriend gets resolved, and that's not worth mentioning, so that's all you get. Wife Chick 2. which is the best name ever that I thought of in like the last 3 paragraphs of this review. She sneaks in because I don't know why. She sneaks into the party and says to her bitchy friend, like, all right, let's blend in. Because, we're at the Hamptons, so I guess mingle with the white folk? I don't know.
Yeah, okay. For what reason? I guess we'll see.
All right, so the fashion show begins. Now, would you like to take a guess as to what's going to happen in the fashion show? Let me stop you there. That's a good guess. But what's going to happen is, and I'm surprised you didn't get this, is the white chicks are going to meet the white chicks. Oh. Because both the white chicks and the white chicks are part of the fashion show.
Now, are the real white chicks going to realize the fake white chicks are supposed to be them? Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself.
You're getting ahead of yourself. Outstanding. Outstanding writing. So the rival white chicks, they try to rig up like this paint trap and like these goose costumes to embarrass the white chicks. And by the white chicks, I mean the white chicks, not the white chicks. That joke's getting old. But you know what I mean. They mean, okay, wait, hang on. I wrote this out because this is important. The rival white girls rig up a paint trap to embarrass the white chicks. No, not those white chicks. Those white chicks. Well, wait, I guess it's actually those white chicks after all, since the white chicks aren't actually the white chicks, but they themselves have inspired so much fury on behalf of the white chicks. I suppose the white chicks are the white chicks after all.
Larry, what are the symptoms of a stroke? Because I'm smelling toast.
It's really easy, guys. Okay. Where was I? Oh, okay, the white chicks. So the music of the fashion show, it's Move Your Feet by Junior Senior, which you've heard it. It's everybody move your feet and rock your body. Another good song. So the music is, it's 7 out of 10.
Can we keep that a running theme where you keep singing snippets of popular songs?
Yes, I always will. I love to sing, and I'm terrible at it. So the white chicks give it their all, and the white chicks also give it their all. And eventually, a white chick ends up on the runway with another white chick. And by that, I mean one of the weigh-ins ends up with a real white chick. And they're all very confused because, hey, you're a white chick, and I'm a white chick, and you're me, and I'm me, and you're not a white chick, and now I'm smelling toast. So
everyone thinks like they look identical.
Yes.
Even though they obviously don't.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. So the white chick friends... So, like, a bunch of nonsense happens where, like, pearls get spilled on the stage and the white chick rivals are, like, orchestrating this Machiavellian scheme to throw off the whole fashion show. And the white chick friends see the rival girls sabotaging it. They're, like, on a Phantom of the Opera scaffolding. So they just knock it over and send the white rival girls tumbling to their assumed doom. So just, because, beauty is pain, ladies.
It really is.
So models are flying everywhere, pearls and beads and paint and white men and white women and Terry Crews in a white suit and Jesus, Lord Almighty, can I get a hallelujah? Typical slapstick chaos. The rival girls, they're covered in paint. The white chicks stand tall, and by white chicks, I mean the black guys. And then the white chicks come and call out the white chicks as imposters, and then the plot happens. Finally, the kidnapping plot happens. So a Chinese dragon comes out.
What?
A bunch of fireworks go off, and a Chinese dragon comes out.
What the fuck?
And it's the two villainous boyfriends. They're working for John Hurd. They kidnap the white chicks. They kidnap a white chick and a weigh-in chick. I gotta stop. Okay. I really wanted to take this white chick joke to the end, but like seriously, I'm starting to. I can't even speak anymore.
You're smelling toast.
So they're under the Chinese dragon. For the other white, no, stop it. The other weigh-in brother, chick, white, tackles the dragon, and then like the fight scene happens.
Okay.
John Hurd, he kidnaps real white chicks because they're easily kidnapped. He just
Both
says,
of them?
Yeah, no, he walks up to them with a pistol in the ensuing chaos and says, "Run and I'll shoot you." I'm not kidding. That's what he says. He says, "Run and I'll shoot you." And they're smart enough not to run or I'll shoot them. So we got some down-home black humor for you here.
Ooh.
Again, I want to point out I did not write this. I am quoting it verbatim. Wife chick 2, her bitchy friend calls for backup, and the call goes as such, and I quote, "Hey, Keisha, hey, call Nene and LaQuanda. Tell them to bring the Vaseline and the straight razors. These bitches on some other shit." Written and directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Outstanding.
So Terry Crews, he sees the white chicks, the real ones, getting kidnapped, and he leaps into action because he kind of hurdles off after them. And then the Wayans brothers, they're still the white chicks. They never stop being the white chicks in this scene. They go after him too. So we got the final confrontation where everybody's in the same room, and John Hurd says, "Yeah, I'm broke, and that's why I'm kidnapping people." We never see the other kidnapped victims. I assume they die in a cellar somewhere. So the reporter girl who Wayan chick 1 was macking on, literally with his tongue and eventually his penis. The reporter, she shows up with a cameraman and starts doing a story in the middle of this gun standoff. So he's like, "I'll give you something to shoot, Batman," and he shoots at her. And he shoots. He says, "I'll give you something to shoot." I added the Batman. And the Wayans brother number 1, dressed as white chick, that's important, knocks her out of the way. And then John Hurd goes to shoot the other Wayan, and Terry Crews dives in the way of the bullet because he thinks that's his Snowflake Princess. Right. Snowflake Princess is one of his lines, by the way, not mine. So then the other white chick, Whiten, the other Whiten, he shoots John Hurd non-fatally. And we kind of, that's it. Okay, we've beaten the villain. The Wayans brother number 2, he goes to Terry Crews. He's not dying. He just takes a shot in the chest, the non-fatal parts of the chest where the lungs and heart aren't. Because God, if Terry Crews died, I would cry real tears.
Even in this movie?
Yeah. He's the only saving grace in this movie. So he's like, "Hey, man, I respect what you did, but, I'm not who you think I am." And he pulls off the mask, and Terry Crews is like, "Oh, my God, I can't believe this. You mean to tell me you aren't?" And Wayne is like, "A girl? Yeah, I'm a guy." And he's like, "No, white? You ain't white? This is an all..." And I quote, "This was an all-white party. Someone get this jigaboo away from me." And then he snaps.
Oh my God.
Terry Crews, ladies and gentlemen, just Oscar worthy. He made this movie a 3 instead of a 2.
But that's moving the dial a lot for something like this.
Yeah. So we get the whole scene where the Wayans make up with their respective love interests, and so Wayan 2 makes up with his wife, and Wayan 1 still gets the reporter girl, even though it's now revealed that he literally lied to her literally every second they have known one another. He pretended to be a woman for the first half, and he pretended to be Terry Crews for the second half. She does not know who he is, and she falls for him anyway because he saved her from a bullet, and she wants that fucking dick.
Well, that's how you successfully court women. You lie to them constantly, and then stage a shooting where you get to save them.
How is
your
wife?
I got my wife.
She ever recover from that gunshot wound? Because I'm a terrible shot.
No, she still walks funny.
Oh, well, that's okay. I guess, as long as she sure can cook, though.
No, she can't even. It's the worst. I do all the cooking.
The chief chews the Wayans and the rivals out, but he gives them their job back because happy endings sell movie tickets, N-word!
Gotta love a happy ending.
And like I said, Wayan 1 gets the reporter girl because happy endings sell movie tickets. N-word. And the white chick friends, they're bummed out the Wayans weren't the white chicks because they like the white chicks way more than the white chicks. But the Wayans promise that, hey, we're going to stay friends and we're going to go shopping. And then the movie ends.
Oh, that's a good ending right there. That's a fine pin just to put in right at the end.
Oh, God. I'm out of breath and I'm out of thought. So, you were right. Your synopsis was 2 black guys dress up like white chicks for some undercover reason or to commit or prevent a crime, and zany things happen. And the themes were behavior of crackers. So you're spot on, man. You're 100%. Right. You are 10 out of 10 white chicks. Correct.
Damn, I didn't know I had that skill.
But yeah, so White Chicks, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
I'm surprised, honestly.
I have seen worse. There are a few funny bits, but by funny bits I mean lines and like very minor gags. Soundtrack was not terrible. but the acting is pretty poor when your name is not Terry Crews. It's really grating because it's like entirely stereotypical. Even the white chick friends who are supposed to be kind of like they're like the emotional backbone of the movie, kind of, because, you know, they're the ones who have the problems that the white chicks, by that I mean the Wayans, solve with their street wisdom. You know, like the interactions aren't the worst. Like, it's the difference between this and some of the other movies we've watched is that, like, you and I kind of do this as a hobby. We watch shitty movies. So we've seen some.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in the past couple of years, we've seen some real stinkers that thankfully aren't on Netflix anymore. Poultry, guys. But, like, this movie, it was a box office hit. So, okay. Whoa, let me back the fuck up.
Well, it made money. It made a lot of money.
It was a box office movie. It was, let's see, the estimated budget was $37 million, which I can't. I had to sit down and think about my life because I don't know where that $37 million went.
Yep.
I hope it went to waxing Terry Crews' head because that's all.
Hopefully he got $35 million for his role.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but
just more money than you will ever earn in your entire life.
That's $37 million. Of like, I know it's stereotypical and really easy to say cancer research, but like feeding the hungry, getting clean water to Flint, Michigan.
We as a society chose to make white chicks.
Like, I'm okay with money going into movies, but when I see that $37 million went into white chicks and that it grossed worldwide $113 million.
Oh, yeah, that's the other aspect, too, because people spent that money that they could have used for anything else.
Yeah. So, this is, anyway, I got off track there. But yeah, like, this is a box office movie. So the editing is fine. The prosthetics, you know, I mean, they look hideous, but it's not like cheapo trauma era level prosthetics.
Right.
Like,
a professionally made movie in the modern.
It had $37 million poured into it. So even though the script is a pile of shit, it has a box office movie feel.
Some of the people working on it were talented, just not the writers or actors.
That's right. Like, it definitely, there's plenty of worse movies out there, but like box office wise, it's probably one of the worst, I'd have to say. Because, boy, it's a real slog. And it's just all stereotypes, like not even entirely offensive stereotypes, just not funny. Like,
right, and not really playing on them in a fun way. They're just kind of laying them out there like, oh, yeah, like Hispanic people,
black girls be like this.
Get it.
And black guys be like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really just not, there's no substance to it. But this movie has a cult following. And I've shared a lot of these little details with you already, Isaac, but I withheld this from you.
Oh, no.
On March 8th of this year.
Oh, no.
One of the Wayans, I don't remember which one, because there's a litter of them, and there really is. There's a shitload of them.
Yeah, I think there's 9 kids in the family.
One of them was asked, will there be a White Chicks 2?
No.
And he responded in the affirmative. That
are the gears in motion?
I don't think the gears are very much in motion, but it's something. It's something that 14 years later, it's not one of those things where like there's like, now we ain't gonna make White Chicks 2. No, it's being discussed realistically.
Oh God!
So
well, hopefully it ends up on Netflix.
If we're doing this show in like 5 years, I can imagine that you'll be watching White Chicks 2.
Yeah, I guess that would be fair. I'm not happy about it, but it's fair.
I mean, that, or if I see that the day it goes into movie theaters, I'm going to keep Netflix open on my fucking watch at all times so I get a notification when it comes on, and I can call you and tell you, stop fucking your paralyzed wife. Sorry I paralyzed her. And get your ass to Netflix. So, yeah, White Chicks. I give it 2.5 sweaty Terry Cruzes on the dance floor out of 10.
Oh, that's better than I was expecting from what a lot of people would call the worst movie of all time. But it's still terrible.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that, it's the worst box office movie of all time for sure. Right. I'm a child of watching way shittier, way lower production movies, and to me, I can't get over like low production values. He says into his $40 microphone in his non-soundproof room with his
saliva
especially when
it's a movie, you really do need to make that distinction,
right?
Because the level of crappiness of a low-budget movie just exceeds in so many ways that as soon as there's money,
it really
shows. Gonna be decent.
It really shows. So, okay, well, that's it for me for this week. Right. That's it for us. Next week, Isaac, I am delighted to hear about the next weigh-ins outing. See if they improve. Well, which came first?
South Central. That came out in 96.
Well, let's
and
see.
It shows.
Oh, 96. Oh, my. Let's see if, let's wind the clock back next week, 6 years, and see how the weigh-ins do when they're not dressing up like white chicks. Also, for those of you at home, keeping track of how many times I said white chicks, I will give a prize to the person who gets it correct, because I do know.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm going to throw it off by saying white chicks, white cricks, kite chicks, white chicks. Did I say white chicks there? You'll never know. Did that count? Who knows? No, there'll be a prize for whoever gets the right number, because I have a counter here. I'm actually counting down.
Oh my God!
With the number of sayings I have left, so that's
glorious. Dustin Hoffman's gonna call you as soon as this goes up.
Definitely 87 white chicks. Definitely 87. And now 88. He said it again. Definitely 88. For those of you who haven't seen Rain Man, just fucking watch Rain Man. You puke.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Very good movie.
I'm sorry for.
All right, well, that was the bowels of Netflix. We hope you found some mirth in our misery.
Thank you for joining us in our flagship episode, and we hope you'll stick around to hear Isaac, who's, by the way, I joking aside, I love this man. He's a million times smarter than I am. He went to school. He's clever. His writing is brilliant. So seriously, I am the appetizer. He is the main course.
Who are you talking about?
You fucking jackass.
You knob, Larry. You knob. You're all wrong. All wrong.
No, seriously, for real. Stick around. Stick around for next episode at least. If you hated this, give it one more episode to hear Isaac's take, and then you can just skip my episodes or whatever.
Oh, God. Okay, but next week, so just a teaser, don't be a menace, the worst sex scene of all time. Oh my God.
Well, you and I have seen a lot of movies with sex scenes. That is saying something.
It's bad. It is gloriously bad. All right, you can find us on the internet. We are on the Facebook and the Twitter, Bowels of Netflix, at Bowels of Netflix, whatever. And if you want to email us at the show here, it's bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. That's bowels, not bowls, you moron. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. Please keep the death threats horrifying and specific.
Please mention juggalos and or cum if you want to make sure I know that you're real. I have a juggalo thing. We'll get into it later.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be... What? Have they made more movies? I know they did the one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
There's more.
Let's see if they're on Netflix.
I don't think they are. I'd have watched them.
Larry, oh my God. All right.
Well, thanks a lot, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Smell you later.